Okay, well, first question is the most obvious one, is who are you and what are you doing here today, and what have you been doing over the last couple of days?
I'm Ian Graham. I'm the Head of Innovation for the City of York Council. So we've effectively been running this event in partnership with Science City York for the last couple of days, and working on the whole challenge around the Mayor's Challenge proposal on the right to solve.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how do you feel like, obviously it's been a great kind of process. A lot of people have been interacting well. There's been good buzz over social media. How do you feel like the innovative community of York are dealing with the right to solve initiative?
Yeah, well, I think people are getting their heads around it, and it's quite a complex idea in some ways, but I think over the course of a couple of days people have really now had a chance to play around with it, get to understand what they think it's about, what their opinions are, and so yeah, we're sort of in the final session now, and people are really getting behind it and really coming up with some really great ideas that I think we can definitely take forward.
Absolutely, and obviously that whole kind of challenge of redressing the balance between the council and public, that's a real challenge for the public but also the council as well.
Yep.
What do you anticipate to be the major challenges post-event, and obviously actioning some of these great ideas that people have had? If the council is able to do that, what would you say the major challenges are going to be?
Well, obviously a lot of it relies on a change in culture, a change in attitude and a change in mindset as well. So there's a big process part to it, but there's also that cultural bit, and that's very rarely quick, and it's about how you set something up that you can start to see some results early enough, but also have a long-term view around where you're trying to get to. So it's just that balance of sort of going quickly enough, but also being able to make sure you are actually changing the culture and are actually getting people to work in a different way.
And as somebody that's been watching quite keenly on social media and also seeing the ideas that have been developed, has there been anything perhaps you yourself have contributed, or you've seen other people contribute over the last couple of days that really enthuses you, like an idea that really inspires you, something that you really think has some weight?
Yeah, I mean, there's the idea around some of the gamification of some of the work, and I think they're still working that through in terms of what that means. But there's some really interesting things there around how you change the way people interact, how the council interacts, and how residents or businesses interact with us. So certainly the bits around how you gamify that, how you use some of those themes to do that. There's some real interesting bits in there, and there's also some things around just how you visualise some of the data we have or other people have, and how you actually create that in a way that people can work with in a different way, which opens up different ideas. So yeah, some really good stuff coming out around there.
Absolutely. And what are your hopes for the future then? Obviously, within your role, but also with the community and how they've engaged with this, and hopefully will continue to engage. What are your hopes for the future? What would you like to see happen?
Well, I'd like to see this be realised. I mean, obviously, the most immediate hope is that we're successful in the Mayor's Challenge bid with Bloomberg Philanthropies, and that would be fantastic for this project in terms of winning one of their big prizes that make an amazing amount of difference to how quickly we could develop some of this. But this isn't all about just the bid for the money. It's actually about, this is something we believe in, something we actually want to see take forward. So even if we're not successful, we'd have to scale it back and rethink it, but we'd still want to take forward the principles of it.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to add, obviously your job heavily relies on innovation. Innovation is quite a wide concept, but York embraces it pretty well, from my perspective anyway. How do you feel that York does embrace innovation in your job role? Do you get excited about how York is able to embrace innovation, and what I guess what do you enjoy most about your job role in York?
I think the sort of the community in York is really engaged in a lot of those things. I mean, like the event last night, we had a lot of digital businesses, quite a lot of people who are really committed to, I guess, using their skills, using their creativity, using their own innovation actually for the good of the city. That's one of the really great things about York, is people want to give something back, people want to participate in making it a great place to be, and it's just really inspiring when you see people giving up their time over the last 2 days. Small businesses, self-employed people actually take the time out to get involved in these things because they believe in it and they can see the value in it for sometimes potential business opportunities, but sometimes just because it's something they feel they should be involved and they've got something to contribute. And I guess that's a lot of what the whole right to solve, our Mayor's Challenge idea, is all about. It's about how you tap into those resources. It's about how you enable people to contribute and get involved where they want to. And by bringing people together in that way, it can be really powerful in terms of the ideas and the innovation you create.
Absolutely. Well, these are exciting times. Well, thank you ever so much for your time. Really appreciate you
You're
joining
welcome.
me in the TP.